There we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. I am Michelle Skocek, and it's good to see you all on here. With me tonight is a lot of my friends joining us, but in particular, I have Alana Thompson with me, who's going to help me teach this All Things Thieves class, which I love teaching this class because I think people are becoming more aware of like ingredients and things that are good and not good in the kind of, toxic world that we live in. And so companies are really catching up on this. And so they're starting to brand a lot of their products to make it look like they're clean and healthy. But are they really? I'm not so sure. I know I've fallen for a lot of their tactics. So, but it's kind of funny because I can't really believe that I'm doing this because I came from such a different place. I had originally heard about this kind of non-conventional way of living and toxins and so forth from my friend Nancy, who had sent me an email about GMOs. And I remember exactly what I thought. Oh my gosh, Chicken Little, the sky is falling. Like, I was not ready to hear anything about any of that stuff. And I think I kind of knew deep down inside that once I kind of bought into the fact that that companies could be doing something against the interests of consumers, I knew that was kind of like a slippery slope all the way down. Like, I had to buy into the whole thing. And so I just resisted it for a really long time. And then there came a point where somebody sent me another email. That's what it was, where it was about sunscreen. And this one was as clear as day. And it clearly said that the top 4 ingredients of sunscreen are linked to cancer. And like, that was undeniable. And I'll never forget, I was getting my oil changed and I'm sitting there and I'm reading this article, and it did reference that app called Think Dirty. And it actually wasn't the app at the time. It was a website called Environmental Working Group, or EWG. And you could type in products and it would tell you what ingredients were in there. And then you could see exactly what those ingredients are in there for. And then you could see all of the side effects of those products. And so it just made it completely undeniable. And I just will never forget, like, the sort of process that my mind went through, where I thought, like, I immediately could see, like, all this sunscreen. It was like at my grocery store, and there's the shelf of all the sunscreen, and but all the sunscreens are right there on the store shelf. And people are buying them, and they're just flying off the store shelves. I'm like, isn't there like some sort of a policeman or something at the warehouse door of the store to like stop this? And of course, we all know that there isn't, but I guess I was kind of like imagining that's sort of like what the FDA is supposed to do. And come to find out that that's like not actually the FDA's job, that there's so many things that are exempt with personal care products, and cosmetic companies don't have to prove any level of safety whatsoever or do any kind of safety testing. And that was like such a rude awakening. And I tell you what, like, I felt this sense of betrayal. Like, I've trusted these companies, I've trusted these stores to put on their shelves things that are healthy, that maybe they're not healthy, but at least they're not harmful. And here this thing is, this sunscreen that's supposed to, prevent me from getting cancer, and it's actually could be doing the exact opposite. And I was just like, I was incensed, and it kind of sent me on this journey to really figure out what exactly was going on. So if you're on this webinar, I would love for you to post in the comments, what was the product that was your wake-up call? What's the kind, what brought you here? Because we've all kind of been on this journey. It is a journey. Like, I probably don't have all the things cleaned out of my life, okay? My hair color is not entirely toxin free. Let's just be honest with you. So I pick and choose, like I pick my battles for sure. Okay. And I think we all do. But what was that one product, if you want to put it in the comments, what was that one thing that you suddenly realized, like, that is not clean? Okay. So some of you are posting the oils that you love, and I love that. But I'm actually asking, like, what was the product that you realized that this can't be good for me? Okay. So this is why I actually, dryer sheets. Okay. The smell of some bathroom cleaners. That's really good. And then change the laundry items. Deodorant. Okay. Good ones. Really good ones. Okay. Those are nice and eye-opening. So this is why I teach this class and other classes, is because of this story. Like, I had no reason to think that the things that are on the store shelves were anything but safe. I mean, my skin didn't break out. I didn't have any kind of reactions. And yet I did find out that these products, like, over the course of time, can cause our families harm. Okay. And I've heard of a lot worse reactions than I've had. I mean, those headaches, people, having chronic headaches and things like that. And then they clean up the things in their house and suddenly those headaches go away. I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I used to think that my skin was like a plastic bag just covering my internal organs, but it's not true. Our skin is actually our largest organ, and it's porous. Like, what we put on it actually goes right in. And even once I started down this journey, I had another really rude awakening. And that was, I had gone to an internist to get my thyroid checked out. And after doing this big old workup, he was like, your thyroid's fine. However, that little memory issue that you have, that you're kind of joking about, could be serious. And so I'd like to do some blood work on you. And sure enough, it came back with toxic levels of aluminum. And I'm like, I was totally blown away. Because if you Google what aluminum does in your body, it is not good. It does not make aging well a possibility at all. Okay. And causes lots of traumas for families. And I knew, like, I wasn't using aluminum pots and pans, and I wasn't using deodorant that has aluminum in it. So I was like, what on earth could it be coming from? And then as I went throughout my day, my days coming up, I suddenly realized that I had lotion pumps. Staged around my house because I was chronically dehydrated. Maybe I should have been drinking more water, right? But I had this lotion everywhere, and it suddenly dawned on me to look at the ingredients. And sure enough, every single one of them had some form of the word aluminum in it. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist or a chemist to figure out that that's got aluminum in it. And I had it all over, and I was putting it on constantly all day long. And so that Aveeno that looks so natural and is, it's got those plants on the outside of it, and certainly the bottle is brown, and it probably said something like aloe, I don't remember exactly, was actually causing me a lot of harm. And again, that sense of betrayal, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I've really got to be diligent about this. But here's the thing, like, when you actually look at that list of ingredients, it's really hard to tell what is good and what is bad. Like, when you look at the list of ingredients on ice cream and you can read the ingredients, that's what they always say, like, can you read the ingredients? Okay. That doesn't really apply for personal care products. It's not milk and cream and sugar and things like that. Food maybe is easier, but products are a little more complicated. The names are complicated because they're chemical names. So there was one, tocopherol. Sounds scary, right? It's not. It's vitamin E. Okay. So I'm like, I don't know enough to figure this out myself, right? And I don't want to have to, like, carrying the app around is great, but not every product is going to be in that app. Okay. So it came down to like, okay, so who do you trust? So that was the point at which my friend April Pointer told me about oils. And I was like, this is perfect, because this is like the power ingredient that I need when I'm going to go ahead and use something like coconut oil on my skin instead of lotion, right? So this is like the power pack. This is like the active ingredient that I get to use when I'm just going to DIY something myself, because I don't want all of the chemicals in it. That just allows it to be on the shelf. So that's where Young Living came into my life. And little did I know that what I was actually looking for was a company that I could, like a product that I could trust. Okay. Because you go into Walmart and you're going to, like Nancy said, you're going to be there for 20 minutes figuring out what kind of a product to use. Okay. We don't have time for that. Okay. So I think it really comes down to the philosophy of a company. Young Living was started by Gary Young, and he was all about empowering everyday people. When he learned about aromatherapy and the power of aromatherapy, he didn't start like an aromatherapy school to teach professionals. He brought essential oils to people, okay? He fully believed that the power should be in the hands of the people like you and me. And that's why Young Living is a referral-based company, because when I love this product, I can tell somebody else about it, okay? And with that referral, yes, the company will pay me a bonus. They'll pay anybody a bonus. It's their advertising budget that they use. And I think it's just a lot more trustworthy than trying to find something on the store shelf and trusting a clerk that may or may not know what that product is even all about, or certainly how to educate somebody how to use it, especially something like essential oils. So there's a lot of doctors and dentists and chiropractors and clinics using Young Living, which is really cool because they get to expose their patients to oils for a particular reason. And then that person has access to like all the power of the rest of what Young Living has to offer. So they may get a bottle of lemon or lavender, and then suddenly they realize there's this whole Thieves line that is fantastic. So it is terrific, but you don't have to be any kind of a professional to be able to know that lavender is really good for you. Or even today, we're going to be talking a lot about Thieves, and to know how powerful it is and to be able to tell somebody else about it. So this is why I like to tell other people about Young Living, because it's so easy. It's literally what I do in my own life. I am kind of reading from a script. It's not even my script, okay? I did add, of course, my own story and my own details to it, but even scripts to help teach other people is fully available. And so I say that to say, like, you're like, I love this. Don't hesitate to tell somebody about this, because this script is fully available to you to be able to teach somebody else about. So just contact me about how to get this kind of information to be able to do this. So Alana, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
All right. So I'm Alana Thompson, and I've been using Young Living for about 7 years. And for me, I started using the oils a while before I got into the other products, and it was a slow realization of what I had in my home. And probably the first thing that I got rid of was candles. It was easy to replace those with the diffuser and be able to still have the scents that I wanted, but not have the harmful chemicals coming out of the candles. And we'll talk more about that later. But also a big thing for me was realizing that what I was putting on my kids could really be hurting them and causing them long-term damage. And so being able to replace the things for them was huge. Whether it be, things that I was cleaning their clothes with and the dryer sheets and those kinds of things. I knew I could trust Young Living, like you were talking about, and be able to use these products not just for my benefit, but for my kids too. It's a process. It's something you do a little bit at a time. And I've done it over a period of several years and gotten to a place where I've gotten rid of, 99% of the chemicals, toxins in my home, and replaced it with lots of good things that are not only not toxic, but are beneficial. So it's a little baby steps at a time. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to cover tonight. We're going to talk, and we have a lot already, but we're going to talk a little bit about why we should care about what's in our house and the products that we're using. And we're going to talk about how to start a simple makeover in our home. We call it ditching and switching. We're going to ditch the toxins and switch to products that are good for us, good for our bodies. We're going to talk about 3 main areas of our home, and we'll give you safe alternatives to the toxins that most people are using. And we may give you some recipes here or there. Excuse me. And we're going to use the word natural. We have to be careful with the word natural when you're looking at products, because there's no regulation for what that means in terms of people's ability to put it on a bottle. But know that there are naturally occurring chemicals that are harmful. I don't think anybody wants to go grab some arsenic. But I want to assure you that the things that we're going to talk about today are truly natural. They're not harmful to you and completely safe. So we're going to be talking about our Thieves line. What is Thieves anyway? Okay, so when we use the word Thieves in Young Living, we're talking about Thieves essential oil first and foremost, right? So it all started around the 15th century. I know, right? You think I'm crazy. Young Living's not that old, but it's true. The story goes that there was a group of thieves who were going through places where people had been ravaged by things that were happening. And I'm trying to stay very FDA compliant and being cautious of what I can and cannot say. So you have to read between the lines a little bit. But people were dying, and these thieves were being able to go in and loot all their possessions and weren't getting sick. And when they were captured, they were told that if they could explain why that was happening, then they would be given a shorter sentence. And it came down to that they were using these herbs and oils to protect themselves, to boost their immune systems going into these places. So Thieves is made of, it's a blend of lemon, rosemary, eucalyptus, cinnamon, and clove. And I'm going to encourage you to go to pubmed.gov, which is a database of research, lots and lots and lots of research, and take the time to look at what each one of those oils can do biochemically. Plant extracts are so cool because in their full structure, they're recognized by our bodies, and our bodies can use them in the same way that a plant would use them. Because this oil is so cleansing and powerful, we have the whole line of products was created so that we can utilize that power all throughout our homes.
That's great. Thanks, Alana. So we're going to do a household makeover. Okay. I'm kind of going to go room by room, and then you get to decide, like, what is your priority, and then just change things accordingly. And don't feel like you have to do it all at the same time, but just figure out what's going to work for you in a simple way. So I did talk about the Environmental Working Group. It's a great website, EWG, I think, .org. And many of the generic, okay, so here's where I'm going to read the script because I don't know this stuff, okay? Many of the generic cleaners contain phthalates, which interfere with hormones, and they're carcinogens. So Thieves Cleaner, okay, let's talk about Thieves Cleaner. This is my first and favorite, absolute first and favorite. Okay, well, this is not how it comes. Let me show you how it comes. It comes in a bottle like this, 14-ounce bottle, and this, you pour it in the cap, and you take one capful, and you put it in a bottle like this. I get this at the Dollar Tree, and I put a nice little sticky label on it, and that is what it looks like. Like, it is that concentrated. This is very concentrated, and this is what I use to clean my whole house, okay? So back to the science. Thieves Cleaner does not contain those big bad phthalates. Instead of phthalates, Thieves Cleaner contains 2 different sulfates that are derived from coconut oil and sugar. These all natural and safe sulfates that are considered surfactants. They contain a molecule that loves water and a molecule that loves oil or dirt. This means that Thieves Cleaner sticks to the surface and grabs the oil and then washes it away easily with water. So it can be used on every surface, counters, bathrooms. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I use this all over my house. I have granite countertops, I have wood floors, I have tile floors, I have, what is that? Some sort of a stone kind of a thing. I can never remember the name of it. So it's clearly, look at that. It is the #1 money saver of all Young Living products, okay? Because you don't have to fall for all the gimmicks in the grocery store. You don't need a window cleaner, and then you have to buy a tub cleaner, and then you have to buy a bathroom cleaner, and then you have to buy a toilet cleaner, and then why not just buy something that has a really, like the really cleansing properties of Thieves with a great plant-based natural surfactant, and then you can clean your whole house with this. I'm telling you, I don't have any other cleaners in my house except for like baking soda and borax, but I don't have another cleaning agent, okay? I have my Thieves Cleaner, and you cannot tell me that that does not save me a lot of money. Like, I don't have to buy this once, but like once every 6 months. I mean, I use it in a lot more ways than just in this. Like, I'll pour it in different things. Like, I'll pour it in my dishwasher every once in a while, and I'll put it in my laundry every once in a while, and then I'll use it to spot clean different things. But it's, so clearly it's very, very cost effective. But here's the other thing. It keeps me from going into the store where I'm susceptible to buying a whole bunch of things that I don't actually need, right? And so I think it comes out to about, making it like this comes out, including the bottle, is like $1.72. So just this amount is 72 cents. Like, I don't do math either, so don't quote me on that. It also comes in a 64 ounce, so a really big one, and even that one's more, you know, price economical, you know what I mean? So we have a couple of recipes for you now. So I use this DIY soft scrub at least every 2 weeks because my cleaning lady comes, and in fact, she comes tomorrow morning, and this is exactly the recipe that I gave her to use. And so we put this, she puts it on the shower, the sinks, everything. Like, literally, that's the only thing that we use. And in fact, if you're looking at this picture, we actually use that scrubby too. Scrubby. That's pretty funny. So I love this recipe. So go ahead and screenshot this recipe if you can. If you're on a phone, you should be able to turn it sideways and screenshot it, because this is an excellent, excellent recipe. You can also, this one calls for lemon, but I really like orange in mine, so I'm likely to use orange. Sometimes lime. Look at the results of that. Isn't that awesome? I'm telling you, this stuff works great. Really, really great. We also have this recipe for an all-natural whitener, okay? So this one has hydrogen peroxide in it. That's another, baking soda and hydrogen peroxide. Like you get the big stuff at Costco and you are good to go for like months. That and vinegar and you are good to go. This one has some lemon juice in it. You know, lemon juice can be really whitening when you go like, especially when you put it out in the sun. Have you guys ever done that? Like with clothes that have gotten dingy? I've got a shirt that I need to go do that with now that it's warm again. And again, adding some lemon oil. I would not add orange oil to this one because it's for the bleaching properties this time. And then baking soda and water. Okay, so again, screenshot this. And this is another really great recipe. You can put it right in your, you can spot clean with it or put it right in your laundry for sure. All righty, Alana, you want to talk about the bathroom?
Yeah, so let's talk about what's going on in our bathrooms with our products there. We mentioned earlier that the FDA has not defined the word natural. So any company can use it on anything pretty much. So make sure you're not fooled by any product that says natural on it. Use that Think Dirty app to scan those things and you'll be surprised. So the FDA has banned the chemical triclosan from hand soaps. It was not proven to be safe or effective in antibacterial hand soaps. However, this chemical is still being used in toothpaste and teeth whitening products as well as other personal care products. It's odd to me that if it was proven to not be safe or effective in one product, why it would continue to be allowed in other products that we're using. So I can guarantee you that triclosan is not found in any of Young Living's products, and it doesn't need to be because Thieves is a lot more effective. Young Living's oral care products are designed with technology that cleans and freshens throughout the whole day. So I love both. Sorry, there I am. I love both the Thieves Aroma Bright and the mouthwash. Now, one thing you need to know about Thieves products, about all of Young Living's products, is that they're super concentrated. So the mouthwash, if the first time you use it, if you try to use it straight, you're going to be shocked. It will burn. Thieves is a hot oil, so make sure you mix it with a little bit of water. After I've used mine down a little bit, I go ahead and put water in it and make sure and shake it up before I use it because it's super, super potent. We also have dental floss. We have a couple other kinds of toothpaste. All these things that you can use to slowly, little by little, replace the things in your bathroom. And it's so important to do that because it's going in your mouth. The membranes in your mouth are super, super thin. And so your body's absorbing it, not to mention what you accidentally swallow, which again, if you swallow these, it's not an issue. It's not a problem. That's good for you. Other toothpaste and mouthwashes, you can't really say that. But it's super, super important that the things that we're putting in our mouth, whether ingesting or not, are things that are safe and effective. And one hack that you might want to try is the toothpaste. Many people have said that it is super effective as a deodorant. So you can take just a little amount, put it on your finger, and swab it on under your arms, and you're good to go. So 2 birds with 1 stone.
Thanks, Alana. Yeah, I second everything that she said. And actually I've become a big fan recently of the dental floss. I've always had it, but just recently, like I can't even find like any kind of dental floss. Like I like those little handy pick things, like with the little floss on them, but I cannot find one that is not flavored. And, you know, cause they all have like some sort of peppermint or something. And I'm like, I have no idea what that actually is. And I'm actually putting it in my mouth. And there's also a little something tricky going on because it's something in your mouth. They actually consider that topical use. The FDA considers that topical use. And so things that are okay for topical use but are not okay for internal use, you can still use in your mouth. Not sure I understand exactly how that works, but I'm guessing that that's why Listerine can have so many scary ingredients in it that actually make it blue and make your mouth burn the way it does. Anyway, that's a serious pet peeve for me. Okay, so let's move on to the kitchen. It's time to talk kitchen. So maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal to you what kind of soap you use, because after all, you rinse it off. But I'm not so sure that everything is actually getting rinsed off. I mean, think about those rinse aid things that go in our dishwasher. I'm not convinced that that actually gets rinsed off entirely, okay? And then you go in your head and you put food on there, and then you're actually ingesting it. So, and these are the kind of worst things that you would not want to ingest because they're harsh cleaning chemicals that literally are not meant to be anywhere near the body, okay? So I just like to assume that that I am ingesting them. And not to mention anything that you are, especially if you're using the dish soap, like you're hand washing it, and your hands are very porous, okay? Very, very porous. So you may as well, I mean, you know, people who do a lot of dishes, they usually have really dry hands, right? And that's from dishwashing. It's the chemicals as well. So Janice says, add orange to that toothpaste for whitening. That's an excellent tip. Thank you so much. I know I love the toothpaste as well, Joy. I really do. I don't miss any of that flavor. It does take a little, like it's not what we're used to, but now it is all I'm used to. And if I were to go back to that, those conventional toothpaste, I'd be like, what is this? So how is it any different? It's just what we're used to, okay? It doesn't mean that it's wrong or bad. It's just not what we're used to, or that original flavor. So showing in the picture is also the fruit and veggie spray. We keep this right by our sink because I just spray apples and stuff for a quick spray. You can also take that on the run, and then a rinse, because I seriously am not going to trust whatever my vegetables come in the house with. This is the fruit and veggie wash. I love, love, love this stuff. And again, this looks like a small container. It's actually massive. It's been around for a couple of years. I've only bought it twice because, again, I fill a really big glass bowl, and all you do is use a capful in that. And it is most noticeable when you clean something like blueberries or strawberries or grapes, because that water, like those vegetables, they're fruit. They get spotless clean, and the dirt is all at the bottom. It's amazing. Like, it really does a great job of like digesting dirt. So the dish soap, again, so we're kind of used to dish soap performing in a certain way. Just because something suds doesn't mean that it's creating a clean thing, okay? We don't actually need suds in our shampoo for our hair to actually be clean, but we're kind of used to it. So those are typically sulfates. Okay, and sulfates are also not great for us. Okay, so, but we do have a couple of hacks. Like, for instance, the shampoo, I actually like cut that at least in half and add a whole bunch of water, and that actually makes it suds a lot more. So with the Thieves dish soap, so if you empty it, okay, you empty about 2/3 of the dish soap bottle I've got right here. So you empty 2/3 of this into like a glass jar, okay? And you set this aside, put it under your sink to be able to use. Then you add water, and let me find my recipe here. Add 1 to 3 teaspoons of baking soda into the Thieves bottle with only 1/3 of the soap, and then fill the rest with water and shake it up so it mixes well. This is where I add orange oil, because I love my orange oil and I love my kitchen to smell that way. And then you get a better kind of a sudsing if you really like that, okay? So that's a nice little hack there. Okay, Alana, can you tell us about the laundry room?
Yes, ma'am. So this is just one more step. You know, we've talked already about dryer sheets and how toxic those are and how important it is to get rid of those. It's easy to do that with wool dryer balls. You can get them on Amazon and put whatever oil you want on them and throw those in. Laundry detergent. It's something that I didn't ever think about in terms of it being important, but you really do walk around with it on your body all day long, all the time. It's constantly touching your skin and being absorbed, and you're breathing it in too. So when you get a chance, go ahead and use the Think Dirty app and look up what laundry detergent you're using right now, because that stuff can be super scary. The scents that are in there are so fabricated that it's super, it's just frightening what it can be causing that we don't even realize what's happening. It's common to see chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate in detergents, and it's a foaming agent, just like Michelle was talking about earlier. And it's been linked to irritation of skin and eyes, which again, it's touching our skin constantly. Organ toxicity, reproductive issues, neurotoxicity, mutations, and even cancer. So it's a super scary thing to think about. And SLS is in a lot of products, so make sure you look at that. The laundry detergent is one of those, again, that's super concentrated. We think we need, this much of the little cap that you fill up, and we just need probably a nickel-sized amount in with a whole load of laundry. It looks like a super small bottle, but it lasts my family of 6 a good 2 to 3 months probably. And I love to throw in some purification essential oil or lemon essential oil in with my laundry just to give it that extra boost of power and help out that way. So yeah, super easy switch with the laundry detergent and the wool dryer balls.
That's great. Thanks. Okay, so we had a question about any suggestions for dishwasher detergent. So Young Living does have a dishwasher detergent. It has mixed reviews. It kind of depends on the strength of your dishwasher and your water type. Okay, so you can try it, and I'm telling you, if it doesn't work in your dishwasher, all is not lost. Because I use that stuff because I can't use it. My dishwasher is kind of old, and so it doesn't work in mine. It just doesn't rinse well. I probably also don't use a good, I probably need to use more like vinegar to rinse, but whatever the case, I'm using it as a spot cleaner around my house. it's fantastic, okay? Because it's super clean, okay? And it's got enzymes that dissolve things, so it's awesome. I also wanted to bring up, I forgot to talk about this, but this is the foaming hand soap. I don't have the foamer on it because this is my new bottle that I got. Actually, that was free. I will talk about that in a minute. And we're almost done. But this is another thing that you can cut at least in half. Okay, so this is the full bottle. Pour at least half of it out into a mason jar and put it under your sink. And then fill the rest up with water, because you'll see if you use it full strength, it's super thick, okay, super thick foam. It doesn't necessarily need to be that thick, okay? So you can thin it out a little bit and get twice as much use out of it. I absolutely love that. The same thing goes for the household, or for the laundry detergent. I dilute that stuff like crazy, okay? I actually make it mostly water, because part of it is sort of a psychological thing to where, like, I can't just put a little bit of soap in there. Like, I have to pour like a cup of soap in there. So it has to be mostly water. But I just find like it gets in there better when it's diluted. So I use a big bucket and I mix it in and then I pump it out. Okay. Okay, so my favorite thing about Young Living, other than the household cleaner, is the fact that it can allow me to get rid of air fresheners. By and far, I feel like air fresheners are doing our society harm. Like, I shudder every time I get in an Uber because I'm not sure what that person is using for an air freshener. Oh my goodness. I mean, they give me an immediate headache. There are some stores that my son won't even walk into. He's like, I'll just stay right out here, because he can't take it. He literally can't take it. But I was that person who loved candles. I loved that candle store, you guys. I loved it. And now I just can't. I think our bodies get to a point of saturation where we just can't. And then I just recognize that it's a chemical that I'm smelling. But they're not required. Like, even though we're smelling it, we're breathing it into our lungs. Like, our olfactory nerve goes right up to the limbic area of our brain, but somehow that's not ingesting. And so it doesn't require, like, the government doesn't see that as ingesting. And so it doesn't require any kind of safety level. Okay. So whenever an air freshener says something like, fragrance, which they don't have to disclose what those ingredients are whatsoever. They're protected by laws, so they don't have to disclose that. It could be literally hundreds of chemicals that you are taking into your body. We're just not even sure what we're getting. So it's amazing to be able to diffuse something that not only makes your house smell amazing, but has some great benefits. Actually, helps your respiratory system. Actually, like, makes your house smell amazing, and it's not covering up something. So it's kind of funny right now. Young Living is doing a flash sale, and I have a picture of it, but it's let's see if I can. It is where is it? Oh, I don't have it. I didn't bring it up. Okay. Okay, I don't know where to get back. Okay, so I will see if I can find that a little later. But anyway, they're having a flash sale you can get a new desert mist diffuser. You guys, that's my favorite diffuser. I think Alana's got it behind her. It is beautiful. It lasts like 8 to 10 hours, okay? And you can get it with a big bottle of purification, which is not even available. It's not even available. The diffuser alone is about $64, but the diffuser in a big bottle of purification, which should be about $40, $45, is $70. So it's like getting that bottle of purification for $6. Isn't that amazing? I love it. So I've already ordered mine. It's only available as long as, or it's only on sale as long as they're available. So whenever they run out of purification, it's gone. So grab you one of them and then replace all of your air fresheners. Okay? It's like, just know, like, clean doesn't have a smell. We shouldn't be looking for a clean smell. There's not a chemical that clean should smell like. But I remember growing up, I wanted my house to smell like pine sol. Well, you know, that's just what I remember. Yeah, I would I'm getting a question from Emily. Yes, I keep a diffuser in each room. When you start off your starter kit, you get one diffuser. I moved that diffuser all over my room and all over my house. We would argue over it at night, and then finally I had to get each, you know, for my kids and so forth. So my kids each have a diffuser. We have one in my bedroom. I have one here in my office. I have one. The kitchen and living room is kind of one area, so we have one in there, sometimes a couple. So yes, the flash sale, if you log in, well, let's talk about that. Okay, so we finished that. Okay, so let's make the most of your money. And let me just give you an overview of how to order and order correctly and for what your purposes are. If you're not a member, you start with a starter kit, okay? If you love this Thieves line, then start with the Thieves starter kit. So, and I will get that in a second. Okay, so the Thieves starter kit comes with so much. It comes with the Thieves oil. It comes with the toothpaste, 2 bottles of that household cleaner. You guys, it's like a year's supply. It comes with the mouthwash, 2 bottles of the foaming hand soap, 2 bottles of the hand purifier, which is so much better than hand sanitizer, and this Thieves spray, which is everywhere. Like, we carry this everywhere. So it's a really like on the go kind of surface thing. Clean my hands, clean my steering wheel, everything. Love it. So if you're not a member, that's a great way to start. That's like over $200 at wholesale price. Retail is like over $300. But you get it for $160, and then you're set with wholesale prices. That's your membership kit, and then you get membership prices for life. Okay? It's kind of like Costco there, except that you don't keep paying every year. You just keep buying products every year. If you are a member, then once you're a member, there's 2 ways to order. You can order on quick order, or you can order on Essential Rewards. So quick order is your regular wholesale price. You just place an order. This is how you order on the flash sales. This is like when you forget something, you order on quick order. But by and large, I highly recommend being on Essential Rewards. So Essential Rewards is basically, you get all of the perks. You get a bunch of extra oils. You can get access to special deals. For instance, if you're on Essential Rewards, and only if you're on Essential Rewards, you can get the Thieves ER kit, which is the same kit that I just described for you, okay? So if you're not on Essential Rewards, you can only get it when you start as a member or on a quick order. No, you can't get it on a quick order. That's just it. You have to get it on Essential Rewards. So Essential Rewards gives you an extra savings because for every order, you are banking points for because you ordered, okay? So let's say you start out with 10%, it goes up to 20%, but just keep in mind, like, it's the way to get the best deal. You're gonna get a whole bunch of free stuff. You actually get, and you get extra PV promos, which I will tell you about in just a second. So what do you order on your ER order? Well, you can order this kit. But I have sort of a formula that I do with mine because I'm already kind of stocked up, and then I just go around and I make sure that I'm restocking, okay? And I schedule things out, like I won't buy a Thieves cleaner, once every 6 months, like I said. However, if you're just starting out, you can use this switch list and like do it month by month. ER is kind of a way of budgeting it out every month. Okay, so you're going to order once this month, and you're going to order once next month. So you plan accordingly. So you could start with the household stuff and then move to bathroom, then kitchen, do laundry, then living, or whatever is your top priority. Okay. If you want to contact, like if you have a question about how to plan this out, like whoever told you about this or me, I'd be happy to help you actually plan out how to do that. Okay. But also keep in mind, another way to get great deals is this. Every month, Young Living offers what we call a PV promo, which means with whatever kind of an order you place, you can get, okay, that's not the right one. Trying to show you guys a picture here. Can you guys see a picture? Dun-dun-dun. Okay, I see it now. So this is the March PV promo. And so depending on how much you order, the cost of your order, you get more and more free products, okay? So if you see the list on the bottom, at $190 PV, you get a free Thieves dish soap, and it goes up from there. You can get the fruit and veggie soap and the hand soap, and then you can get a bottle of the Kunzia oil, the Thieves household cleaner, and then these we get this month, this beautiful, oh my gosh, these are amazing. They are the microfiber towels. They're so nice, and you get that at the 300 PV level. So that's another way. You can get all of these products free when you're ordering all of your favorites anyway, and then you can end up getting all of these for free. So that is a great way. I love these. That's a great way to really maximize your money. Okay, so don't know if I can find the, I don't have a flash sale photo. Darn. Yeah, I don't have a flash sale photo right here. But the flash sale, you guys have to know, Ylang Ylang is available. Okay, it has not been available for a long time, and it won't be available again until fall. So they must have had a short supply of it, and so they just put it on sale here in the US. And so grab you some Ylang Ylang because you won't see it again. I know I bought 5 bottles of it, but you can't have any of mine because I'm hoarding it now. So there's also a few oils that were only available as specials during Christmas time, Excite, and I forget what the other one was. But then also right now, the purification and the diffuser special. Now, the diffuser already comes with tangerine and peppermint, so you're actually getting 3 bottles of oil with that $70 purchase. So that's amazing. If you add a little bit more to that, then you can be getting the Thieves products also. Okay, so we're just about done now, and I want to tell you thank you for coming. And we do this every month. Our next webinar is going to be on Monday, April 22nd at 8 o'clock in the evening. It seems like a good time for most people. And we need to hear your suggestions of a topic because we just haven't decided yet. And so I would like to hear what your topic suggestions are. So you can message me or you can post it in the blank here, but I want to thank you all for being here, and just have a great evening, and let me know if you have any kind of questions. All righty. Good night, everybody. Alana, do you have any closing thoughts?
I think you covered everything. Thank y'all for being here. It's good to see you.